Good evening, everyone. My name is Dewin Andujar, and I want to welcome you to our YouTube channel, Cyber Threat Defenders. Also, you can find us in YouTube as Cyber Threat Defenders, and also you can go to our Instagram page, Cyber Threat Defenders. As I said, we're here to provide you a lot of informations, trainings, podcasts, and anything related to information technology. We're doing it now in English, but also we have our channel in Spanish, right, for the Hispanic community in general. So today is going to be a short video. I just want to kind of share with you some of the sites that I usually read every morning, and I go to kind of get my information about information technology, what is the latest news in cybersecurity. So I would like to share that with you so that you at least have some other ways to get the information. Also, you can read every single day what is going on in information technology world, the new technology, the new probably hack that happens probably today or a few minutes ago. Those are the sites that I, for the most part, kind of go into, and I think it was kind of like appropriate to share with you so that you are informed of what's going on in the cybersecurity or information technology world. So the first site that we're going to visit is I like this site very much. Somebody, a cybersecurity engineer, mentioned this to me once, that this is one of the first sites that he visits every morning. And I asked him why. He said, well, I like it because it's always updated. And the security tab that they have is related to information technology, cyber, latest technology, etc. But it is up to date and it provides very good material. This site is called wire.com. I'm not telling you to subscribe to wire.com. You can definitely do that, and probably you're going to see the pop-up coming up saying subscribe $10 a month. But that's not the point. So when you go to wire.com, right, if you like X-Science, you can definitely go to the X-Science and click X-Science and go into it and read all this type of X-Science or everything related to X-Science coming up today's day. Some of the stuff, with the monkeypox epidemic, etc., etc. And these are the good questions that came out today, and this is the topic. Is oxygen the answer to long COVID? I don't know. I haven't read about this, but it looks like a little interesting topic. Read here, this mindset the record for wearing a brain-computer interface. Isn't that sounds like a really good topic to talk about? As one of the, I think one of the changes that Elon Musk is trying to bring is to kind of see how he can use his Starlink's brain cell to kind of like dominate or control humans' brain, so that way you can modify people's behavior and probably detect disease, etc. early, and you can treat it, right? But this is something that I will kind of like look into it and read about more about it. I haven't read this particular article today, but you can go ahead and do that. So I just want to go into the security tab, which is our priority, right? As this is an information technology site or channel that I said, once again, subscribe, hit the notification, and hit the bell so that way you can get all notification related to our channel. At the same time, you can go also to our Facebook page, any Instagram page, subscribe, share, and follow our page so that you can get the latest notification for any content that we share on this page. So when you go here, you can see everything related to the security up to date in this particular wire.com site. What about this? How to create a secure folder on your phone. Sometimes when you have a folder on your phone, you think it's actually secure, but how do you know it is secure? How do you know somebody cannot tap into it and and get the information out of that particular folder? So it is important to know how to do that. And if you click on it, obviously you're going to get all the information. Remember, Android phones, and look at this, 1 year subscription, $10, which we are not doing that. I'm sorry. And you know what's going to happen? Probably they're going to kick me out because I'm not subscribed to their site. That's fine with me. I don't want to subscribe. I just want to read what I want. There are some information here about biometric security and securing the folder. I always recommend when you are trying to secure your phone or any device that allows you to do two-factor authentication, trying to use something you know and something that you have. All right, something you know is a password, and something that you have is, you know, a card, right? Or something, or someone, or something you are, right? It could be the fingerprint. It could be your, um, I don't know, your face, right? Now Facebook actually does the face recognition, so that's something you are. And when you type a password, it's something that you know. So it is good to do that type of two-factor authentication. So even in your bank account, try to do that as much as you can. One of the things that you can get in trouble probably would be when you have the authenticator, right? Like the Google authenticator, but if you lose your phone and you didn't back up that authenticator, so you will lose all the accounts. And I'm telling you that because that happened to me. So I lost my the authenticator I had, and when I tried to actually recover that, I couldn't because I didn't have the backup code. I didn't have all the passcode and everything that related to the previous authenticator, and I have to kind of recreate all the password. It was a nightmare. So please make sure that you save everything related to the authenticator, back up all of that data, or if you want, just make sure that you at least get a text message to your phone, which is could be a little annoying because if somebody get your phone, they can get a text message back into the phone, and you don't want that. But um, enable two-factor authentication in any account that you have. I know it may be a nightmare, may be very tough for you, but you can go ahead and do that. So yeah, so you can go to this page and read everything related to how to actually secure your folder. And a good thing here is go using the iPhone and also the two main operating system, Android and the iPhone iOS. So that's great to know. The other thing is that you can also look into this. The Android 13 privacy setting you should already update. So remember, everything that we do in our phones and most of these cybersecurity firm, everything they do is to protect your data, right? To protect the data. And that's why you had the triangle saying CIA, confidentiality, integrity, availability. So you have to make sure that everything that you can do to protect that information, you do it, because otherwise you are exposing yourself to um, getting the data, you know, stolen from even your phone. There's a lot of ways the bad guys can do a lot of things. The hackers can do a lot of damages. Those people know a lot of technology. They know how to do things. They play with this stuff basically all day, and they will try to find a way to hack your phone, even if you're using Bluetooth hijacking, etc. So many other ways they can do it. So yeah, you can read all of that about what about this new technology. A new tractor, Jailbreak, writes the right to repair waves. This is very interesting. It says the hacker has formulated an exploit that provides root access to two popular models of the company's farm equipment. This is a farm equipment. This is one of the tractors, the latest tractors that you can do a lot of stuff like remotely. Um, and these tractors do. It has a lot of optimization, right? Like a lot of things can do it by itself. It's programmable. And you see that the hackers already find a way how actually break into it and get access into this particular machine. I'm telling you, they would do whatever it takes to actually break into and have exploit those flocks and get into anything they're looking for. And you can see, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. One of the things says floating the VA medical record. Look at this. The VA medical record platform may put patients at risk. So, this is the Veterans Affairs. Apparently, according to this site, there was a vulnerability found in the software that they use, and the attacker can masquerade as a doctor, so they can actually pretend to be a doctor and get that data out. So, good things to read, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more information about how you can actually patch that flaws. Right? This is an incredible world that we are facing right now, and unfortunately, a lot of people are still blindsided, right, about cybersecurity. How you need to protect your data. People sometimes I have spoke to people that I tell them, hey, you need you need to update your systems, right? You need to do a virus scan or vulnerability scan in your system, right? You can do it your own. You don't have to buy. You don't have to hire professionals to actually do that. If you are like a small company or you only have even your home computer, do it. Install antivirus and run a program that can tell you how bad your system is and try to patch it. And a lot of them they don't even care because some of those people say, I don't do computer too much. I only like use credit cards, etc. But guess what? That's credit card is information that can be exploited or somebody can actually have access to it. And guess what? You would be in huge trouble if somebody get access to your data. Um, Single flow broke every layer of security in macOS. So one of the most secure, right, that we can say. You can ask anybody. People actually buy Apple devices not only because they are durable, but also because you don't hear too much about Apple um, virus. Do you? That's a good question, right? Why you don't hear like Apple being attacked or the Apple devices having these viruses? So besides Apple Store, kind of checking everybody's software through their Apple's engineer or software engineers to make sure that there's no flux in any of these code or anything embedded into the applications or software in their Apple Store. Um, they are very critical into this. I think this is one of the, um, I would say, one of the stickers, right, that Apple has, and everybody knows, like, hey, I don't see this virus compared to Windows, right? And it's because they are very. I don't say that they don't have. Look at this one right here, right? Um, an injection flow allow a researcher to access all files on a Mac. Apple issued a fix, but some machines may still vulnerable. Why? Because maybe they haven't been patched, right? Maybe some people haven't done any patch yet, and they might be vulnerable. So they might be at risk of, if somebody attack any of those machines, they can probably get in, and just install a back door there and trying to get in. So this is some of the information that you can find, and as I said, this is a very useful site for you to get up to date and read about it. Zoom's auto update feature came with hidden risk on Mac. One of the things that I always advise is all of these auto update. If you want to a little bit more, kind of protect you a little bit more yourself in terms of like cybersecurity and avoid maybe trying to update your system and that might have a vulnerability in it, or cause a damage into your organization, etc. Don't have like the auto update enabled. Disable it, right? And when you get the update, you're gonna get a notification. You're gonna have a little update logo or notification that's waiting for you. Click on it and read about that update and see what is going on with it. Because if you are in a production environment, you don't want to have an auto. I mean, most of these organizations or the industry, they don't have like auto update enabled, right? They have a ASUS server just getting all of these update patches, and they review all this stuff, and then they release them based on the need and how secure they think those patches are. But I'm just saying for the small business or even at home, if you don't want to take that risk, like me personally, my updates are not auto install. I check them, I review them, I make sure those are the update released by Windows or by Apple, and then I go for it after I check them. All right. So the U.S. offered a 10 million bounty for Intel on Conti ransomware gun. So the gun, there's a group of people, hacking group. So and it looks like the U.S. is offering some money to see if they can catch these people and find out who they are. So yeah, a lot of stuff here. One of the things, don't forget that Facebook is no longer Facebook, is Meta. Remember the Metaverse? So Facebook actually changed its name I think it's like last year. And now it's Meta. And it looks like it just happens to expand Messenger's end-to-end encryption. That is very critical. Imagine if they only saying now that they are encrypting, they have like end-to-end encryption. So that means that all the data that you you know, sent through the to the Facebook Messenger, it was not encrypted. So it was basically like a plain text. Anybody actually could read it. So remember, Facebook also, Meta also owns WhatsApp, and WhatsApp it's known for end-to-end encryption. So only you, as a sender and receiver, also only know the information. Um, how true that is, I don't know because we don't have access to that, to the actual encryption package. We don't know how Amazon. Sorry about Amazon, but how Facebook actually doing this type of encryption. Um, and because all of this legal problem that they've been having of sharing our data with I, I don't know, I can't remember now the name of that institution in England, catalytics or analytics, I can't remember. All of this problem that Facebook had a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, like their credibility is very low right now, right? Like I don't know if people actually believe that Facebook actually is doing end-to-end encryption. We take their word for it, but who knows, right? You don't know, you don't know who's actually controlling your data because it's not on your hands, right? It's on Facebook or Meta servers. So this anti-tracking tool check if you're. This is a good one. I was reading this one today. This is something that I might probably make a video about this, just for the importance of kind of teaching you guys, and and going over this. I think if a lot of us, especially if you are in the information security environment, um, even as a lesson learned, you can actually go and try to do this anti-tracking tool checks if you're being followed. Yeah, they want me to subscribe to this. If you want to read the free story, look at this. Now they come with this stuff. I guess you would have to subscribe to this, but I was let me put a fake email here. I don't know. I don't find the email, but um, this is basically using Raspberry Pi 3 and running a free a free tool that someone actually developed, a software engineer developed that particular tool, and he kind of sharing that to anyone who want to use it, wants to use it. Is a federal agent with the Department of Homeland Security for the last 21 year. Got a call for help last year, and a friend working in another part of the government. Part of the government, he wasn't say which one, was worried that someone might have been telling them when they were meeting a confidential informant who had links to a terrorist organization. So this person saw they like, hey, I think that somebody's been tracking me, and he actually developed that particular tool that I'm gonna go over that later on, and I'm gonna create a video. And this is using a Raspberry Pi, which I have, and you can actually install the tool. And the tool will with the Bluetooth is gonna pick all the devices that are surrounding you, and you can check. It's similar to those Bluetooth apps that you can find in the Apple Store. Remember with the AirTag that came out from Apple, that everybody was reporting that they've been tracked. So Apple kind of even provided few tools for people to look into it, and and make sure that there's no another extra device in your car or at home, or in your wife's pairs, so even your own pairs or whatever. And then you can download those apps called like Find Devices, and then you enable your Bluetooth, and automatically when it runs, it's gonna find all the Bluetooth devices surrounding you. This is kind of similar, but it's more powerful because you're using a Raspberry Pi. So it will give you a list of the devices surrounding you, next to you, with the Bluetooth enable, and you want to be able to find somebody that's actually tracking you. So this is a very important tool that you can look into it. And I kind of found this very interesting. I read the article today, and I'm gonna make a video on when I do my installation and I run these particular tools and see how it works. And if you don't have a Raspberry Pi, they're very useful. They're very powerful. So you can actually get the Raspberry Pi 3 That's the one I have. So I've been using it for a while. I'm using it kind of like a testing environment, which is great. So um, that's great. I don't want to go. I don't want to continue doing too much of this right now because I want to show you another site that I pretty much you, if you are in the cybersecurity or information technology world, you probably know about it. One thing that I want to show you this, and I will discuss this later on, not right now, is the Elon Musk, right? Starlinks. This is very important. This is the Starlinks um, satellites, right? Dishes. Remember when the war in Ukraine actually started? Ukraine, the Russian actually attacked Ukraine with the ransomware, so kind of um, blocking their computers and trying to take their internet down. And then the Ukrainians officials was asking for help, and Elon Musk offered to send, a couple of Starlink satellites so they can have internet. And I think it was very helpful for them, and it still is. So we're gonna look into this, how they actually hack the Starlink satellites, and I quite, it should be a very nice review. So we can do that review later on, but not today. All right, that's not the point of this video. So this is another site which is Hacker News. This particular site, it's a good one to also go into. I want to just 5 more minutes if you don't mind. This site, I like it. I like it because if you can see, it's always up to date. See, 22. I mean, um, August 17, 2022, and this is the topics are very like up to date. It's not something like from years and years ago. This is something that you can see. Cyber criminals developing bug drop malware bypass Android security features. So you see, new Google Chrome zero-day vulnerability being exploited in the wild. This is very interesting. And when it comes to zero-day, that means that it was basically a malware that was installed, and it's got activated when like nobody knew it was there. In other words, nobody knew it was there um, until it got activated. It could be maybe a code execution or function execution, feature execution, whatever the way it was designed, but it was like a zero-day vulnerability. It's like nobody knew that existed. Okay. And then you can see all this stuff, research a link, multi-year mass credential theft campaign to Chinese hackers. So we all know about this stuff. All the country is stealing, trying to get everybody's information. In today's days, like, who has my information? Um, Sorry, I know people get really frightened or kind of like an alert when somebody asking for personal information in an application or something like that. Hey, you have to be always um, aware about this. When somebody asking you your personal information, you definitely have to be concerned. And why? So never provide your personal information on emails, even on a text message, phone call, um, unless that you are 100% secure that business actually does that on the phone. For the most part, most of those businesses, they don't ask you for some security on the phone, et cetera, unless it's like an actual bank or one of those organizations that you have trust. So malicious browser extensions. So all this stuff you can read about it, but I just want to show you this particular site, the Hacker News. You can go into it. Data breaches. Every single day you hear about this stuff. Tornado Cash developer arrested after U.S. sanctions the cryptocurrency mixer. So you can see all this stuff. A former Amazon employee found guilty in 2019 Capital One data breach. Listen to that, 2019. I heard about this breach a long time ago. I didn't even know that actually existed. T-Mobile amid Laxus hacker gained access to its internal tools and source code. This is critical. That was in April. It's a kind of a long time ago. I don't even know why they have this. I guess we're gonna have to reach out to the Hacker News developers or whoever is maintaining this site. Say, hey, can you write a program, or can you modify your code that news that are like 1 or 2 days old can disappear from your news features? Because this is like why we have these April things. Yeah, but this is very interesting. So this is the T-Mobile being hacked again. And by the way, if you were one of those people affected by T-Mobile hack, uh, try to go online and find out about that lawsuit going on. Maybe you can get some money out of that. I mean, if you get some money, congratulations. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. I was a victim of this T-Mobile hack as well. I got in tons of phone calls, emails, and my all my stuff were like compromised when that happened. And then you can go to cyber attacks. You can read about all of that. Cisco, look at this. Cisco confirmed it's been hacked by 1U1 ransomware. That sounds like a weird name. And that was recently, like 5 days ago. So Meta cracks down on cyber espionage operations in South Asia, abusing Facebook. Listen to that. This is unbelievable. And then you can go to vulnerabilities. So the vulnerabilities that are found in different systems, Cisco patches, high severity vulnerabilities. So as I said, these are very good site for you as information technology, especially if you want to be in the cybersecurity world. You need to go into this site every single day and find out what is the latest news, because this is the way. Especially if you are like a CISO and you are responsible for organizations of cybersecurity, you have to know this stuff. Or at least you need to look into this to know what are you facing that day, because maybe your company is already exposed to this. The other one is, and this is the last one for today. How many of you heard about The Guardian? The Guardian is a very known site, and you can go there and go into the technology side. You can go to different places, but this is cyber news. I already had that. But you can go to more. You can go to tech here, and click on that, and then you're gonna see all of this tech stuff. Anti-party technology, Airbnb to crack down on Rodriguez. So yeah, those are stuff that are coming up. Bounties and monkeys businesses. The truth about CryptoBug infestation. Apple company tells staff to come into the office for at least 3 days of the week. Some of this stuff going on and going on and going on. And you can read more about this stuff. Meta announces more measures for safety and security of midterm election. That's coming up soon, and we shall see what's going on with that stuff again. But it would be good to see those major companies like Facebook, Twitter, to step up and to make sure that the midterm election goes as planned, goes without any problem. This is the best country in the world, and we need to make sure we stay as such, including our election. Model of bad faith, why Twitter is suing Elon Musk. You know all this stuff going on. But as I said, you can go on and going on and going on and on. These are like legit site that you can go. They're not gonna play with this. This is site that actually are there for information technology. And when you go into those cyber sites or the information technology site, you would get great information. You see, this is really good. Some other previous information, threat actors use Google Cloud to spoof Best Buy. Look into that. So you might think, how did they do that? Well, look at this, a phishing scam, and you can go over and over. So there are so plenty information online that you can go and look into it. I definitely wanted to encourage you, to be very familiarized with not only this site but also all of these podcasts, right? Something you can join our site, Cyber Threat Defenders, in Facebook and YouTube, and also Instagram, and be updated. I'm trying to do the best I can to provide current information technology, and also not only news but actual trainings, actual devices that we can go over and look into it and see the pros and cons, and also some live training I would be also posting and sharing with you, like that. Raspberry Pi, installing the tool for checking if somebody's actually following you. So, as I said, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, share our channel, hit the button for the notification, and go to our Facebook page. And if you have somebody that actually speaks Spanish, tell them, hey, join that group, join that page, because I actually do most of the stuff in Spanish, but I don't want to leave my English speakers community as well in terms of information technology. I want you also to get the benefit, right? And also we can learn together. So next time I come, I'm going to talk about a little bit artificial intelligence, right? Machine learning, et cetera, so that you can get a little bit of information and get your feet wet in terms of this technology and how you can take the great opportunity of being one of those creators, artificial intelligence like scientists or engineers that can continue helping this nation to grow, you know, in the technology field, right? So it's been a pleasure for me to be with you tonight, and I hope you learn a little bit more about information technology, cyber, and you have now all the resources that you can go and read about the new technology, the new cybersecurity news, threats, vulnerability, attacks, et cetera, and that way you are more informed for your regular job or also to share the information with your colleagues. Have a great night. My name is Dewin Andor. Until next time.